Hello students, in this video I will explain you about dark reaction, but before that we will study the chemiosmotic hypothesis of ATP formation. Chemi means chemical and osmotic is related to the osmosis. This hypothesis was proposed by Michel in 1961. And ATP synthesis is linked to development of proton gradient across the membrane of thylakoid and mitochondria. In this hypothesis, ATP molecules are generated, and these are generated with the help of proton gradient across the thylakoid membrane and mitochondria membrane. But I am going to explain the ATP synthesis across the membrane of thylakoid. We can see this structure. This is the lumen of thylakoid. This is the thylakoid. Thylakoid is made up of two membranes, inner and outer, and this is thylakoid is present inside the chloroplast. So this outside region is stroma, okay, and lumen is the space inside the thylakoid. So in this hypothesis, proton gradient is produced. So how is it taking place? We have discussed in the light reaction, splitting of water molecule is taking place. Okay, oxygen is generated and ATP and NADPH are formed. So what happens at that time? Splitting of water molecule is taking place inside the thylakoid. This is the inner side part of the thylakoid, that is lumen. So here the splitting of water molecule is taking place, and due to which these H plus, or you can say protons, are generated. Okay, we know that water is splitting into H plus and OH minus, and electrons are also produced. So splitting of water molecule is taking place inside the lumen of the thylakoid, due to which protons are produced. So large amount of protons are produced inside the lumen. And we know that photosystem 1 and photosystem 2, electrons are transferred. Okay, we have studied about the Z scheme. So this Z scheme is taking place on the membrane of the thylakoid. So protons are generated, okay, and by the absorption of sunlight, this photosystem 2, the electrons become excited. Okay, this photosystem 2 absorb the sunlight, okay, and by the absorption of sunlight, electrons are excited, and these electrons are transferred to the electron acceptor. This is the cytochrome, which is accepting the electrons. Okay, it is accepting the electrons, and these electrons are then transferred to the photosystem 1, and where the NADP plus and NADPH are produced. NADP plus is changing into NADPH. Whenever the protons are produced inside the thylakoid membrane, the protons are generated in the stroma also, stroma of the chloroplast. So what happens? There is a large amount of, you can say, high concentration proton is generated in the lumen. Okay, so these proton has to be transferred to the lower region, or you can say toward the lower concentration gradient. And whenever the electrons are transferred here, okay, these H plus ions are also generated, electrons are transferred, the H plus are received by this electron transport system, and these H plus ions are passing in the lumen. So we can say proton concentration, or can protons concentration is increasing, or proton gradient is high in the lumen, and from that lumen part these proton has to pass in the stroma region. So what happens in the stroma region? A enzyme is there, this is known as ATP synthase. The enzyme is ATP synthase, This ATP synthase has two parts. This is the F0 part and it is the F1 part. Okay, two parts are there of the ATP synthase. Okay, the tail-like part is F0. This is F0 and it is F1. This is the head part and it is the tail part, is small size. And this tail part is inserted in the membrane of thylakoid and this head part is present in the stroma of the chloroplast. So these protons are transferred to the stroma region by the help of ATP synthase. Okay, so this ATP synthase is passing the protons in the stroma and due to which the ADP is changing into ATP. Okay, and the H plus ion which are present in the stroma, these H plus ion are transmitted to the NADP and this NADP is changing into NADPH. So in this way, this chemiosmosis taking place in the thylakoid, and we will read these lines also. Splitting of water molecules occurs inside the thylakoid to produce hydrogen ion or protons. I explained you these H plus ion are produced by the splitting of water. H plus ions are the protons. As electron passes through the photosystems, protons are transported across the membrane because primary acceptor of electron is located towards the outer side, the membrane. Okay, so what happens? The electrons are transmitted to the from photosystem 2 to photosystem 1. At that time, H plus ion are also coming inside the lumen of the thylakoid. Okay, next one. The NADP reductase enzyme is located in the stroma side of the membrane and electrons come out from the acceptor of electrons of PS1. Protons are necessary for reduction of NADP plus to NADP H plus ions. NADP plus is changing into NADP H. We can collectively it will call the NADP H plus. So this NADP reductase enzyme, it is present on the stroma side of membrane. Okay, this is the present in the stroma of the chloroplast. Now this reductase enzyme, this enzyme is actually changing the NADP to into NADPH. From where this H plus is coming? This H plus is coming because these protons are transmitted to the stroma region. So these protons are transferred to the NADP and this is changing into NADPH. So in the presence of NADP reductase enzyme, NADP is changing into NADPH. And this creates proton gradient across the thylakoid membrane along with pH in the lumen. So in this way, the concentration gradient is created. Gradient is broken down due to movement of proton across the membrane to the stroma through transmembrane channel of F0 of ATPase. ATP synthase, we can say it is ATP synthase. ATP synthase has two parts, FO part and F0 part and F1 part. Okay, so the protons are transferred through the ATP synthase enzyme. And one part of this enzyme is embedded in membrane to form transmembrane channel and other part is called F1 that protrudes on the outer side of thylakoid membrane which makes the energy packed. ATP सेम चीज ही रिपीट हो रही है कि FO पार्ट क्या है इसमें एम्बेडेड है मेम्ब्रेन में और F1 पार्ट क्या है स्ट्रोमा रीजन में प्रेजेंट होता है और इसके थ्रू protons are coming in the stroma part of chloroplast. So we can say that in this way ATP and NADPH they are produced by the movement of electrons and these are immediately used to fix CO2 to form sugar. Now these ATP and NADPH they will utilize in the dark reaction or it means they will utilize for the fixation of carbon dioxide to form sugar. And the product of light reaction used to drive the process leading to synthesis of sugar. So we can say this is a biosynthetic phase of photosynthesis. Whenever the ATP and NADPH are used to form sugar, so it is the biosynthetic phase of photosynthesis. And now we will discuss this process, that is the Dark reaction. Okay, Dark reaction, what happens in the dark reaction? In the dark reaction, synthesis of sugar is taking place with the help of carbon dioxide, or we can say carbon dioxide is reduced into the sugar. So this cycle, it is known as Calvin cycle or C3 cycle or reductive pentose sugar phosphate pathway. Calvin cycle, why we call this Calvin cycle? Because it is discovered by the scientist Melvin Calvin, Benson and their colleagues. So basically on the basis of name of Melvin Calvin, this cycle is known as Calvin cycle. And they use the radioactive 14 carbon and chlorella and Scindesmus algae to discover that first fixation product is 3 carbon organic compound. And why we call it C3 cycle? Because the first compound it is produced, it is of 3 carbon atom. So this is known as C3 cycle. The first carbon compound is 3-phosphoglyceric acid. It is produced, phosphoglyceric acid. Later on, a new compound was discovered which contained 4 carbon called oxaloacetic acid. Now after that 3 carbon is, and after that 4 carbon compound is also produced which is known as oxaloacetic acid. Okay, and on the basis of the number of carbon atoms, first stable product, we can separately call them C3 and C4 pathway. When 3 carbon compound is produced, that is C3 pathway. When 4 carbon compound, it is produced from this 4 carbon is actually changing from the 3 carbon compound. So this is C4 pathway. 4 carbon compound produced, C4 pathway, 3 carbon compound produced, that is C3 pathway. So first Calvin cycle can be described under 3 stages. The 3 steps of Calvin cycle are carboxylation, reduction and regeneration. So we can explain with the help of this flow chart. This is the Calvin cycle. So what happens in the Calvin cycle? A compound is present, ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate. This is the compound which is present in the plant body. This compound firstly accepts the 1 carbon dioxide molecule from the atmosphere, and this carbon dioxide molecule will be fixed. This is known as carboxylation. This carbon dioxide molecule will change into with the help of, it means ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate accepting the carbon dioxide molecule. Ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate is 5 carbon compound and it is accepting 1 carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So it will form 6 carbon compound here. But this 6 carbon compound is unstable. So this 6 carbon compounds immediately converted into 3-phosphoglycerate. So we can say that two molecules of 3-phosphoglycerates are produced. Okay, this is a 3 carbon compound, 3-phosphoglycerate. Here 5 carbon of ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate plus 1 carbon of carbon dioxide, it forms a compound which is unstable, and this compound 6 carbon compound immediately convert into the 3 carbon compound, that is 3-phosphoglycerate. After that, this 3-phosphoglycerate by the use of ATP and NADPH, here these two energy currency ATP and NADPH, they are produced during the light reaction. So at this stage these are used for the reduction of 3-phosphoglycerate. You can call it 3-phosphoglyceric acid also, 3-PGA, but it is actually 3-phosphoglycerate. We will not call it 3-phosphoglyceric acid, 3-PGA, 3-phosphoglycerate. Now this 3-phosphoglycerate will reduce and it will change into the carbohydrate compound, that is triose phosphate, by the use of ATP and NADPH. This triose phosphate is the carbohydrate molecule. So we can say that 2 triose phosphate are produced. So one molecule is actually changing into sucrose or starch, and another molecule will use to regenerate the ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate. ऐसा नहीं सारा ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate use हो जाएगा, it will regenerate also. So one molecule of triose phosphate will be regenerated, will use to regenerate ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. So by this triose phosphate, with the use of 1 ATP molecule, it will change into the ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. Okay, so in this way we can say that 3 steps are there: carboxylation, reduction and regeneration. In the carboxylation, carbon dioxide is accepted by the ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. In the reduction, 3-phosphoglycerate is reducing into the triose phosphate. One molecule of triose phosphate will be used to form the sucrose, and another molecule will be used to regenerate the ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate. So in this way, this Calvin cycle is completed, and we will call it C3 cycle because the first produced compound is 3-phosphoglycerates. That's why it is known as C3 cycle. And what happens when we see the ATP generated or ATP used or generated, use of ATP, then we will make a table here. Now what we can say that in the formation of one glucose molecule, okay, glucose molecule having 6 carbon atom, 6 carbon compound, and carbon dioxide, only one carbon dioxide is used in one Calvin cycle. So one carbon dioxide, so for the one molecule of glucose, 6 carbon dioxide molecules are required. So this cycle will take place 6 times. So 6 turn of this Calvin cycle will take place for the formation of one glucose molecule. Okay, so we can make a chart here. It means 6 carbon dioxide are used to form one glucose molecule. Okay, 6 CO2 will be fixed and one glucose molecule will be formed. And 18 ATP, why we can say 18 ATP? Here 2 ATPs are used and here 1 ATP is here. So 3 ATP are there. 6 cycle will be there. So 6 3 ja, it is 18 ATP. Okay, and here we can say it is 2 NADPH are used, 2 NADPH. Okay, so 2 NADPH, so here we can say 6 turns are there. For one CO2, it is 2 NADPH, and 6 turns will be there for the 6 CO2. So 6 2 are 12. So how many NADPH will be used? 12 NADPH will be used, and by the use of this 18 ATP, 18 ADP, 18 ATP will change into 18 ADP, and 12 NADPH will change into 12 NADPH. NADPH will change into NADP. 12 NADPH will change into 12 NADP. Okay, so in this way, this Calvin cycle is completed, and this is the important topic of the plant physiology. Plant physiology में this Calvin cycle is very important topic. We revise these topics